Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Welcome back to another edition of Physical Media Friday. Today we have a little bit of an eclectic haul. I have some films that I got within the last 6 months. I don't even remember. Possibly some eBay, even some Walmart pickups. But I'm going to start with in a complete order that I got from SRS Cinema. Let me show you the logo. Probably have to cover that up. There you go, SRS Cinema. They specialize in independent films and shot on video films. So I've got 3 shot on video films to start off with. Just a small order. And I was actually inspired to pick these up from the Alucard channel. He's reviewed a few of these and a few additional shot on videos shot on video films. Yeah, why not? Shot on video films, movies that he's gotten from SRS. So I actually put one in my cart because it looked very interesting, and then I asked him for recommendations, and I went with 2 of his recommendations. My goal was to only limit myself to the ones that were like around $5 or less, because they had a sale, basically, is why. We'll start with one that I put in first. This looks like an interesting one, and I kept the plastic on this because this is like odd to me. It's Night Owl with John Leguizamo. Special appearance by Captain Kronos, vampire hunters Carolyn Monroe. Come see how the living are seduced by the dead. So it's like a vampire film. This is from the 80s, guys. 89, okay? It's got a trailer on here that was made before the film was even finished. It's got some interviews, different auditions. Interview with Carolyn Monroe is pretty interesting for a film like this. Rated 17 by the IDRB, okay? And it also stars Screamin' Rachel. I don't know who that is. Maybe you guys know. But the reason I left the plastic on, this is interesting. AFES, Army and Air Force Exchange. That's what that is. So you go to like a post exchange on a military base, and they have the store there. They have movies there, or they had movies, and they had this movie? Of all movies? Okay. I guess. That's interesting to me. You never know what you're going to see on these old stickers, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the disc. Yeah.
So we got that one, Night Owl. And then we have
2 that Al recommended. This one looks really interesting. Hal from Beyond the Fog. Okay. I wonder if it was inspired by the Ray Bradbury story called, I believe it was called The Fog, maybe. I think it has a couple of titles. A thoughtful, artsy, giant monster story with a heapin' helping of classic Japanese ghost story goodness. A shot-on-video kaiju movie. Wow, really kind of ambitious. About 70, where was it? I think it's about 70 minutes long. Yep, 70 minutes long. A 30-minute making-of feature. Looks interesting. Now, the next one, if you're going to look at Alucard's review of it, you got to look under Screen Kill, because it's got... I just won't show the back. But I will, because it's got some of these stickers on it. Be kind, rewind. And on the front it says horror. I love that, the old VHS type stickers. Anyway, it goes by the name Screen Kill, but as you can see here, it's under the title Snuff Kill. Probably not a YouTube-friendly title to put in the title of your video. So that's my SRS Cinema mini 3 movie haul. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And then real quick, just some other random things that I've picked up recently. I was gonna save all my documentaries for one video, but if you're not into documentaries, you won't really be into that video, I don't think. So we'll just space them out. Anyway, I'm collecting all things Clint Eastwood. Some of you guys know that. So I got this documentary, Eastwood, Life of a Hollywood Legend. Apparently it's from 2000, so it's astonishing. I mean, that if you go up to 2000, that would have been a great career for a lot of people. But, he was still going until recently. Maybe he still is. It's only 48 minutes, but, I'm sure there will be some interesting tidbits and footage in there. Next, I believe this was a Hamilton Books from, like a couple orders ago. I think it was less than like $5. I think it was like $3. Ring of Fear. Not really a fan of circus movies, per se. Pat O'Brien, Mickey Splain. Isn't Mickey Splain the author? It's the same guy? I don't know. Clyde Beatty. Written by Paul Fix. Is that the same Paul Fix as the actor? Paul Fix? I don't know. Clyde Beatty playing himself. I guess he was a circus guy. Oh, the famed Clyde Beatty Circus. It's a suspense thriller from John Wayne's Batjack production company. Okay, interesting. No idea. Next, I remember seeing this on A&E. I was thinking it was a TNT movie. You know, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, mid 90s to early 2000s to mid 2000s. There's about 10 years there where TNT and A&E really made some decent movies, including one of them that is going to star. I'll just swap them around. The next guy I'm going to talk about, but yeah, they really did make some decent movies for sure, and I'm going to try to pick some of them up on video as I remember them. This is a really good one, A&E original. Rick Schroeder, not Ricky, because he was all grown up. October 2nd, 1918. How about that? Like this, 1917. This takes place in 1918. Did not plan that. The Germans gave them two options, surrender or die. They chose a third. Rick Schroeder, The Lost Battalion. Very solid action film about a unit that is cut off and does what it has to do. Directed by Russell Mulcahy. Highlander, Ricochet, Razorback. You guys know that. Rick Schroeder from NYPD Blue and Crimson Tide. I don't remember him in Crimson Tide. Bonus program from History, Dear Letters Home from World War I. So they have a whole one of their documentary shows on here as a bonus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to rewatching that. Anyway, I think it was TNT, not A&E, made a film with Van Damme about the French Foreign Legion. I never remember the title of it, but I'm going to look for that one eventually. Anyway, speaking of Van Damme, little double feature action. We've got Black Eagle and Lionheart. Black Eagle, of course, is really a Sho Kosugi movie. The ninja master himself. He was all over the 80s. Sho Kosugi, he was pretty big time. So Van Damme just plays a small role as a villain in that one. Of course, they kind of hyped his role up after he became more well known. And then, of course, Lionheart. When the streets are a jungle, there can only be one king. I remember liking Lionheart, but don't remember much about it. Oh, he's a deserter. This is the one where he's a deserter from the French Foreign Legion. Okay. And then, got a bunch of Jet Li movies to show you guys in the upcoming Physical Media Fridays. I've got 2 coming in the mail. And here's one that I probably saw back in the day. It's got a number 80 on it for some reason. Legend of the Swordsman. Okay. So, packed with incredible martial arts choreography, this endlessly hard-hitting epic is another exciting addition to the phenomenal Jet Li collection. Let's see, we got any other Okay, and it looks like this is rated R, produced by Chu Hark, also starring Bridget Lin, the lovely Bridget Lin, who was in The Bride with White Hair, directed by Ronnie Yu. Rosamund Kwan, who was just in a film, who was in this film that I just reviewed. Great 1990 batshit crazy action movie out of Hong Kong with an international cast. Check out my review of this, Undeclared War. She didn't have a whole lot to do in that one, but she's very lovely. And some other people that I sort of recognize a little bit, directed by Ching Su Tong. There you go. That is the stack, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below of some of these older films that I've just recently picked up. And what are your thoughts about shot-on-video films in general? And are you familiar with any of these? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll check you next time for another edition of Physical Media Friday. All right. Thanks. Later.